Arlyn is on the brink of upheaval. For centuries, the clan struggled against giants until 400 years ago, when dragons crossed the Great Sea, forcing them to unite and build the 10 Bastions. As the threat faded, the clans fractured into the 10 kingdoms, and all but the last Bastion were abandoned. As ancient calamities stir and darkness rises in the east, my 4 champions must rise up to unite the kingdoms, restore the Bastions, uncover their secrets, and stand against this darkness as a declaration of war.
Calagon Dör. I will discover the secrets of my lineage and cement my legacy as one of the greatest adventurers of all time.
Please steer in here. The migration of the dragons forced the migration of peoples and beasts, which brings death. We're all invasive species now. I won't let us become extinct ones.
The name's Rodrick Elwood, the voice of this generation, and the greatest performer in lore. Oh, and you should see me with a bow.
And I, Arlyn Dursalai, searching for my father's sword, Trident, to bring justice to these lands. Together, we are the 4 Horsemen.
And this is Divine Inspiration.
Hello and welcome back. Never know what to expect, you know? So, while we didn't get quite as much recap as we'd hoped to in regards to the previous sessions, we will cover that over the course of the next few as well. But for now, we're going to go ahead and jump into what happened last session specifically, as our adventurers made their way from gaining such great power to finding a small orc child to trying to find his village, which unfortunately ended in ruin based on the fact that they had all seemingly been killed by someone or something simply known as Butcher. They found their way back through a series of hints from the woods themselves, along with Arlyn, the dragon who had given them their power, in order to find this new hidden town amongst the trees called Rudon Village. And within Rudon, they were met with a few new people. The first is, at the gate, an unusually draconic dragonborn named Rodrick. Red and black with a large axe, seemingly somewhat hostile in nature, took surprisingly well to the group. After he kind of guided them inward, they were able to see within this village of theirs was the HQ for none other than the Waking Dawn. This guild has been kind of a thorn in their side in part, as each of our members has now gotten to meet up with different members of the Waking Dawn over the course of different events. And they've now seen that the Waking Dawn is largely unfriendly, as our dear friend Rodrick has unfortunately come across a new face named Rowan Oakley. Rowan Oakley made it very clear that he doesn't take kindly to challenges, even if not from Rodrick himself. Rowan, upon challenging Rodrick in return, seems to think he left himself with a bit of a victory over Rodrick. And having left in both triumph and anger still, he vanished, while his sister, Ira, guided the rest of the party up to meet with the guildmaster. Now, having been greeted just outside of his office door by an ambassador, they were told a few things. The primary being that this ambassador was intrigued by who they were, who they'd claimed to be at least. And he specifically noted, "Do not make any deals before you come and speak with me." And so, Ambassador Ymann of the Vindril dynasty has made it very clear that he hopes to ally with the party in some way. But in what way, we're not quite sure just yet. As they could all smell his perfume vanish behind the closed door, and they close the door, they finally see and hear for the first time a man who introduces himself as Ymann of Dragos. A man with dark black hair and dark black kind of leather-like armor with kind of different reds and things throughout. You can see immediately this kind of blackened obsidian hilt of a blade with this red, we'll say, emblem of sorts that slowly pulsates and glows. And as he looks up to greet you all watch as his blackened eyes start to give way to what almost look like yellow, draconic eyes of some sort, piercing and serpent-like. This is Ymann of Dragos. And he says, I have much to speak with you all about. Welcome, take a seat. And you can see that he has already pulled out 4 chairs for you guys.
Ymann.
I'll take a seat.
I'll sit down.
Yeah, I come forward and I sit down. Ymann, my name is Arlyn. And these are my companions, the 4 horsemen.
Well, technically the 3 horsemen.
Well,
You're one
we
of
are
them
the
too.
4 horsemen.
Yes.
Yes.
It is my understanding that you introduced yourself as a guild, yet you come into mine?
I literally look around to lock eyes with everyone. I say,
More of a family.
I've never known what a guild is.
Never heard the word
Fairness.
myself.
He kind of thinks on it for a moment. This is simple practice. This is... Dragos does not have many guilds of this sort. It is more cross-compatibility with different nations.
I see.
Guilds have been created so that the nations themselves do not have to do dirty work. So that they could hire out dirty labor and not start wars. People like me used to hire people within guilds. And now I have become one of them.
How did that happen?
Do you know the people of Dragos well?
I'm not much in tune with what's outside of my hometown.
Dragos is a people of warmongers. It is unlike the people of simple towns. Dragos is known for their military and not much more. A harsh peoples who have become known throughout the lands as the Dreadforged. They are useful, but cruel. And I was among their ranks.
How did you come about being leader of this guild?
My brother and I, we decided that we did not want to be among their ranks anymore. And we figured we didn't have the same skills that others had. But we had met a few along the road. I see you share a similar look to our friend Rodrick. He was one such. We were allied with peoples like you at some point, and our people in their warring state at some point decided that we did not like Dragonborns anymore. And because we were to hunt dragons, we were to hunt Dragonborns. We did not like this so much.
I see him. Respectable.
Yeah.
I don't understand the hate. Is there a reason other than the fact that they're related to dragons that
It's
you
not
would hate
hate,
them?
Rodrick, it's fear.
It's fear. For who? I mean, I've known Calagon for about a day and a half. And it feels like it's been much longer. Feels like it's been 2 months.
Have you seen anybody like me where you're from?
No, but
So there's no
To
reason
be honest,
to fear.
That was the answer.
I wasn't even used to seeing people like me where I'm from.
People
But
do
yet
not
I
see
see
him
you and I
anywhere.
don't have fear, so
They do not see dragons as people. It is not common. If you see a dragon, it is bad. If you see a person, it is good. Dragonborn, people do not know what to think, and they fear the unknown.
So did you leave on not so good terms? Is this kind of a safe place for you?
I'm afraid to say that there is no way to leave the ranks of the Dreadforged in good terms.
Hmm.
We are a people of strength, and to hide from that is seen as weakness.
You've required a fight?
More than I had hoped.
I had wondered why you'd still want to be known as from Lagos.
Dragos.
Dragos.
It is important to me because in the same way that people fear your friend here, people fear the people of Dragos. I feel that if I own up to it, at least I can make good on my part.
They aren't still after you? Or you've got your way out then?
They certainly are, hence the man that you just crossed paths with. He is of a neighboring territory known as the Vindril Dynasty. With their help, we hope to find peace outside of Dragos.
Feeling more comfortable, I'm going to actually take a seat now. I've been standing this whole time.
Thank you.
You mean the other Dragonborn man? He's from the Vindril Dynasty?
Not that one. The one just outside. This,
The ambassador?
Ivandil. Yes.
yes, the elf.
That's the one. Simply put, my first question was a leading question, I will admit. We've recently lost a few hens. Some in combat, some hard to say. Our ally had come back recently from the mountains, and he's made a claim of 2 of our people going missing to a dragon. We didn't know that they had come so far in. And unfortunately, we are down a few hands. They were our recruitment crew, and without them, it is hard. We are trying to take on quests and missions from different peoples, the Vindril Dynasty being one of them, and they are taxing. They require a lot of us. But if we cannot meet their requirements, we will not be much of a guild for very long.
The ones we had run into were your recruitment group? The ones we were talking about? It's a
Which?
different person?
Different person, Cleave.
Ah,
Different person.
Not Ivandil.
Right, okay.
Do you
Kind of
know?
looks at you.
Is that fourth wall or is that in game?
Make a deception check.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Arlyn gives him like a slightly cold look, like no.
We had just had
no.
another interaction just like this with a
Yes.
different character. Okay. 13.
My friends, they were known by a few names. One of them stood out particularly. Jameson Kid.
Anybody else?
I'm going to go ahead and take the lead here.
Of course you would, Calagon.
You seem like a very nice gentleman, and if you're seeking our help, which it sounds like you are, I would like to start on the right foot. We know these men that you're talking about. We don't know what happened to them, but we joined them as we were seeking our own adventures, and they were not very kind to me specifically, but they asked for our help going into a set of caverns, and
I think
Again.
in the end we can say they were not very nice to all of us.
They turned on us halfway through the venture, and
It's hard to believe that they were ever for us
Yes.
in the first
I believe
place.
that was the plan all along.
Are you aware of the company that you carry?
As far as?
As far as men that tried to sacrifice a group of innocents, and specifically, even worse than that, one particular name comes to mind. Have you ever heard of Rowan Oakley?
What is your problem with Rowan?
He's awful. Now let's
He
go
is
back to the
sacrificed.
men from the caverns.
He has sacrificed whom?
So, Jameson Kidd, if I may talk, attempted to sacrifice the four of us to a dragon. To feed us to this dragon. For what? I have no idea. Because who would want to sacrifice us?
do you know of this sacrifice quest that they were on?
Niall simply told me that they had faced a dragon. Not of any sort of sacrifice.
Oh, that one's returned, has he?
He did. Not for long. Wow, why did I go British? Niall left immediately, noting that he was instead going to leave our guild. He spoke with the ambassador rudely and left. I don't know where.
Niall abandoned your men.
With respect, this would be in line with the character that we've known of him.
Yes.
Not that he was a coward in every aspect, but when it counted, he made the wrong decisions.
Yes.
The other two at least found employment with the dragon, who was not what they, or with whatever they thought was going to try to sacrifice to.
So yes, we do know what happened to these men. Excuse, Calagon might not recall, but we were chosen. We were chosen by this dragon to live and not be that sacrifice. And in return, they are being good people and taking care of our families.
I'm gonna reach over and I'm just gonna
You watch
grab
as his
Arlen's
eyes
side.
blacken once more, and you can see the yellowed slits now only revealed in his eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And he leans forward. You are allied with a dragon.
In the sense that, like he is,
Correct.
He was not necessarily a dragon. He was a winged man.
Correct.
he walked on 2 feet.
Walked on 2 feet, had wings, came to us, gave us a proposition, strengthened us, and sent us directly to you. Because
Actually, yes.
he
did.
chooses to be allied with you.
So listen. This was not any ordinary dragon. I know more than most here. Between
Why do
us
we keep
four.
calling him a dragon? He's just, as far as we know, a man with wings.
It was a very strange creature. It really was.
Go
You
ahead
see,
and
like
make
that thing you
a
said about fearing
group
the unknown?
persuasion check.
Group persuasion.
For the record, I was not getting into this with him, but you just
Yeah,
dumped everything on
I'm
the
sorry,
table here.
but chaotic good is very.
I was trying to be good.
Rough
I was
thing.
trying to start out in the
17.
deception. You said?
Persuasion.
Oh, persuasion.
Although,
15.
Rodrick,
Shoot.
specifically, if you'd like to do deception instead of persuasion, as lots of your
10.
portions have been kind of
10.
10.
6.
15.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, mine is still 17.
He looks around at each of you.
Also,
And-
Loki, a half truth.
Yeah.
What made you trust this man that you think to be a dragon?
So, we have news
Okay.
that was given to us by this man. And I believe it will be of interest to you. This man told us that the dragons that are pushed off beyond the bastions are planning on a second attack. So we must prepare and rearm these bastions, or we will all die. Surely.
You understand the weight of this conversation, and I know it seems pretty weird. Some random guys walk into your guild and they drop this on you, but just based off the first couple questions that we asked you, and we're trusting you with this information. I hope you can help us moving forward.
What kind of dragon would turn on his own to warn us, the humanoids, about a war that is coming, that is being brewed in secret to destroy our people?
Oh, no dragon would turn on his own, evidently. So, this adds to the point.
It is, I'm afraid, a simple thing to deceive people. Dragons will say whatever they need to say in order to instill fear in people. If one has made it this far inland, then of course it is going to use whatever tactics it can to ensure that we are scattered. If you spread these kind of things in fear, the people will hate you.
He requested that we unify the people.
Correct. It's not about spreading fear. Not at all. In fact, we were, from what we were told, once a great nation that fought against these beasts. And now we cower in fear. We are meant to rise together.
The
How old are
greatest
you?
lies are always laced with a little bit of truth. And yes, the bastions were incredible things. But
How old
Well,
are you?
we-
How old are your people?
my people,
Have they been through? Have they seen what we're talking about? Have you heard tale of these bastions and giants and
my people in Dragos have become one of the final fronts for peace in this region. They are rough people because they have been faced with the threat unlike any others. And he pulls back his jacketed kind of leather tunic of sorts, and you can see inside seems to be just scales, red scales of what appear to be a dragon. I am more familiar with dragons than you yourself are.
In your travels, has it ever been a factor? Have you ever heard of any such thing where creatures of magical variety, something as powerful as a dragon, people slaying these things and claiming any facets of their powers? Can such a thing be done? Can you obtain powers of powerful beings?
You ask many interesting questions. Out here beyond the simple hidden country, we deal in information. I will answer every one of your questions. But, of course, we will need something in return.
I can exchange you right now. We're earlier on in our adventuring, but fantastic things have happened. Already, look at the things that I've never been able to do that suddenly are available to me. And I want to try to
I want to cup my hands to my mouth and just like blow like Superman style, just and then just do a gust like
Nice.
across the room, trying to make it look as draconic as possible. I think this man that we met
As you
has
cup
done
your
that on it.
hands
Go ahead.
firsthand, not fully knowing what to expect, you watch as his blackened eyes, now with the golden slits, look on towards you, and without moving a muscle initially, let me first ask, where are you going to position this in relation to him,
Like
allies?
upwards to the corner of the room, like as out of the way as possible, but in order that you can still see like dust and everything move.
Okay. As this is his private office, he's clearly not a huge fan, as in what
I am
is
right now.
an absurdly rapid strike. You watch as he unsheathes with just the flick of his thumb his massive blackened obsidian blade, and as though it were light as a feather, swings it overhead. And you watch where your wind starts to pick up, and he just cuts through and back down towards your face, and it just vanishes.
That was very impressive too.
Not
Have
in
you
here.
slain something? All this to say, I think this man is a much more seasoned adventurer than I, and he's taken on some very high-level abilities.
So you believe him to be a man who is taking on draconic form?
He must have been. He appeared to be
He
that.
must have been. I have never seen anything like that before.
And I'll never forget that horn crown that he wears.
Yes.
Iconic.
Horned crown. This sounds familiar.
Rodrick is cringing at how much information you guys are giving this guy.
I'm lying a little bit.
Tell me
I'm
something. Do
misleading the
you
concept.
have a plan from here? Is this just part of a journey?
Yes. Our plan is to visit each one of the 10 kingdoms, as well as the bastions, to spread the information and unite the people. We need all the help we can get, and we can only do this together.
Listen to me. Dragons are smarter, stronger, cleverer than anything that you can imagine. If this is a dragon, do not listen to a word that it has said.
It's not a dragon.
If it is a man, then we need to figure out what it is he speaks of immediately. Where is he?
He disappeared.
Ymann,
Well, not disappeared. He left. But yeah.
He left. We don't know where to.
I'm sorry. We've had a long day and we haven't rested. We may be speaking insanity. It doesn't seem to make much sense. Do you have quarters for us that we can gather in, get some rest, and meet again?
This much I do.
We would be greatly appreciative.
I have 2 rooms, 2 beds each, on this floor. Just promise me this. Give me some time. Let me speak with a few people and get back to you on a few different things. But stay around. I have much more I'd like to discuss.
Yes, and we'd like to know how we can serve you in the meantime. So just whatever you need from us, let us be your hands.
Your talks with Jamison and Niall, Did you ever sign?
Sign what?
'Twas my understanding that you were with them.
We joined the party. They were with them specifically.
I will say, I don't recall signing one thing.
This is a shame.
They were trying to sacrifice us.
You watch as he pulls out this parchment and slides it over. He says, "You'd like to be my hands and feet, and you'd like to do things, and you'd like to help. This is the most appropriate."
We do tend to do things unofficially.
That is...
We like to fly under
we
the
do.
radar.
This is perfect. Consider it. As he hands you this parchment.
What does the parchment say?
At the top, guild registration form for parties and single individual applicants.
Is this necessary for us to room and board here?
You can think on it for now, but to be with the Waking Dawn, you must be a part of the Waking Dawn.
And if we choose to be unaffiliated,
We don't plan on being here long. We would love to help, but our purpose is much greater than staying inside this guild.
that's not true. We could be. Just give us time to think.
Very good. Please, this girl, Ira, she will meet you outside the door and show you to your rooms.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
It has.
Your Highness, your Grace, what should I call you?
I do not go by position or rank any longer. I am simply Ymann.
Ymann the Dragon Slayer.
Thank you.
Can I
Ymann.
see those dragon scales again?
Pulls
Do I see
the other
any
side.
gem dragon scales?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm gonna get up off my chair and kind of start leading the way out of the room.
I'm gonna stand up and bow. And then
Stand up and
He just kind of looks, no bow, no real exit, other than just kind of watching you all as you see his eyes fade from black one more time.
I'm gonna stand up and go.
This guy's trying to just accumulate the weirdest guild known to man. And as you guys open the door to exit, you're greeted by the wrangling of Rumgar up the stairs by Ira as she's just tugging at this little creature. Oi, what are you doing?
Hey, he's with us.
She just like, let's go. It's not like we don't know what this. We saw him with you when you came in, but what's
where was he?
He was in Rowan's room.
oh no.
What was he doing in Rowan's room?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Was he saying anything?
To the best of my knowledge, many things, but I couldn't quite figure out what he was saying at the moment. I was just trying to yank him from my brother.
Huh.
Cleave, you're close with him. Figure out what Rumgar was doing.
Did I overhear correctly? Is this to be the empty rooms for you?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we needed. Yeah.
Correct.
Very good. Well, she's just kind of like looking down at Rumgar, who's just like pouting, holding his paddle. Just, all right, well, please do this way. And she starts to walk off towards the like eastern side, the opposite side of the hallway from the ambassador that was requesting your presence previously. And she pulls open two doors completely opposite each other. Pretty basic rooms, nothing overly elaborate, with the exception of you can see like this low, like dull red trim of light that kind of emanates throughout the walls, giving like a low glow to each of the rooms. She says, "Oh yes, that's Vadid's deal. His powers." She kind of gives like a weird face for a second, as far as just like clearly not knowing how to explain it. Well, it's helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wait, is he in there? Or is he just makes things glow from?
Well, he just makes things glow. He's one of our guild leaders. There's Ymann and Vadid. He's the more mystical of the two. One of them uses, simple weapons and things, but the other one, he does things like this. We're not quite sure how he does it.
Interesting.
Okay. Is there another room without glowing things?
No, I'm afraid that's basically all the rooms. It's said to protect us in some way.
Okay. Okay. I feel protected.
Certainly glad.
Can we have some privacy?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank you.
night.
You
You too.
She kind of backs away lightly with just like an apologetic bow, and kind of skirts past Rumgar as though like dodging him.
Rumgar,
growls.
you take the left side. We'll be there in a minute. And send Rumgar to the left side room.
Maybe we should keep an eye on him.
No, you
Well,
go
the
sit
door-
in
you
that
can
room and
see
you
him
think
right
about what
there.
you've done. Breaking and entering is bad, Rumgar. Bad.
What is breaking enter?
Yeah, I'm going to talk to you
Ow.
about it after you've had a moment to think about it. Think about what you've done.
Okay.
Sit on the bed. You think about it. I'm not looking at you guys.
Just leaves and stomps off to the other room now angry.
Do you guys feel like maybe these rooms are being watched?
I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking the same.
I was just about to start talking. Right, Yeoman?
Let's mind our
I
tongue
do
till the
not
morning.
feel comfortable speaking in these rooms. So I say we rest, and then we will talk elsewhere.
Is there
We
something so
could
secret?
leave the guild hall, and we could talk outside.
Just find an inn or something.
I'm exhausted. Can we do this in the morning?
I think we need to talk before we continue.
so you
Rumgar
wanna
must
leave
come
right
with
now?
us then.
If we can step outside for a moment, as long as we have privacy from others, I think we need to come up with a game plan.
A game plan? What, in case something happens tonight?
Game plan for what we want to do moving forward. I think it's necessary.
Okay, let's make it quick.
Okay, quick it is.
Rumgar, come back out here.
Oh, I was going to... Have you thought about what you did?
Thought about it. Rumgar, bad.
All right. Now that we got that out of the way.
All right. And I'll talk to you more about why on our way to the thing. All right, and I'll just start talking. All right, so first, can I just ask why did you go into what is his name? Rudon?
Rowan?
Rowan. Oh, that's the place. Rudon.
Rowan's room?
Rowan, why'd you go into Rowan's room? What was over there?
Rowan, audience.
Oh, you wanted to listen to him perform?
Audience, bad.
No.
No. No, I'm saying you don't go into somebody's room without their permission. But if he lets you in, then I change my mind and it's okay.
Did he let you in?
Actually, that's probably bad too. You don't know
Did he
him.
invite you in? Yeah, it probably should not go into a room with
Right.
him.
Did Rumgar go into room?
On
Yes.
your own.
Yes.
And
What
you
was
said
Was he there?
why?
Yes.
What was the purpose for you going to his room?
Kill him.
Ah.
Did you?
That's
Did
different.
you,
No.
did you do that?
Why did you want to kill him?
Audience.
Audience. What does that mean?
A shorter list would be, why wouldn't you want to kill him?
I think he might be
What do
defending your honor, Rodrick.
What do you think audience means?
Audience, bad, like goblins.
No. Audience just means people who are listening to you.
We are your audience right now.
No, don't tell
Good
him
audience.
that. No, let's figure out the definition of audience first.
So
Before
what
we tell
what
him.
what do you think is bad?
Not audience.
No, audiences are good. Especially for him. Rodrick loves audiences.
Yes,
Rumgar.
Rumgar, I will say. Okay,
Rumgar, what?
Rumgar, look at me.
Rumgar, how about
Rumgar's
just not
bad?
kill?
Wait,
Rumgar
no,
is
no,
just-
because sometimes you have to, right?
Yeah,
sometimes,
but
sometimes you have to.
random people.
Yeah, okay, Rumgar, listen. So, you didn't do anything particularly wrong, okay?
Okay.
But it was redirected in the incorrect way. You see, what you had was anger and hatred. Now directed towards Rowan is completely acceptable.
Rumgar
But what
good?
you do with that is where you went wrong.
Were you angry because of what happened with Rodrick?
He was bad.
To Rodrick?
Mm-hmm.
He was sticking up for you,
Oh,
Rodrick.
that's good. Oh, so then here's where you figure it out. There's different levels of bad.
There we go.
There's different levels. Really bad is when somebody wants to kill you. Then you have to kill them, maybe. But
Maybe?
not always. Sometimes you could catch them. Sometimes you could catch them and tell them that they were bad, like what we're doing. Instead of killing you, we caught you, and we before you killed him, and we said, "Hey, don't do that." And now everything's fine, right?
But you're not bad, Rumgar.
But you're not
Don't-
bad, because we fixed it. Sometimes you can do that. You only have to kill if you can't do that.
So, audience not bad.
Not
If-
always, no.
Bad catch.
If you catch the bad.
I think this
yes.
is too much for him, guys.
that's
We
good.
gotta simplify it even more.
If
You
you,
know
catch
what?
them and you make them
Let's
good,
simplify it.
then
Let's
it's okay.
simplify it. Rumgar, you only kill when we tell you to kill.
Bam.
There it is.
I like that.
If we say Rumgar, kill him.
Make a persuasion check.
you get
12.
the okay of the family.
We catch him.
We could tell him he's bad later. Maybe in the morning.
That's called a confrontation. When you go up to when you catch somebody and you say, "Hey, you did me wrong, and I don't like the way you made me feel."
He just can't
That's-
express himself like that.
That's how you start.
But he could barely speak, let alone express his feelings like that.
Correct.
I think from now
if-
on, Rumgar, I think if you're going to be with us, which you should stay with us, just wait till we tell you to do something like that, whether that be steal or catch or kill. Just
Okay.
if you want to be 4 horsemen, listen to 4 horsemen.
Okay.
Yes.
We catch him in the morning.
Yes.
But if you ever feel like somebody made you feel like you have to catch them, it's okay to tell them that they made you feel bad. You could tell anybody.
I don't think he's capable of
and
this
wait-
emotional.
and wait until we tell you to catch him.
No, I mean, if we ever make you feel bad, even you could tell us. It's
I'm
okay.
talking about Rowan.
Do I have to? Do I have to ask if?
Yes. Everything.
Everything.
This
Ask
is
about
called
everything.
Wait.
It's called
Cleave.
communication.
He had a thought. Let him finish.
Can I say if you're bad?
Yes.
Just
Who's
kind of
bad?
looks around at the party. And you are bad if you make Rumgar feel bad?
Yes.
No.
Only bad enough to tell us, not bad enough to kill.
So you are not bad, you're just being bad.
Emotions are very complicated, Rumgar,
Yes,
and
they are.
obviously you don't have the capability to understand that to a
Would
deep
you
level.
would you-
So let us do that
Bad.
for you. I'm gonna hold my staff and be like, "Bring it, dude."
Calagon.
Little Rumgar.
You are insulting this young man's intelligence.
Capture dragon?
What intelligence?
No.
Arlyn?
We have him already. See?
We
He's here.
have him already. He's our friend.
We
So
captured him.
see, now that you said that he's bad, all he has to do is say, "I'm sorry."
I'm not doing it.
Calagon.
I'm not doing it.
For
Say
the
you're sorry.
He's a
greater good.
follower. He's been following us from the beginning. We should make his
Calagon.
decisions for him.
Calagon, he's
Hey,
a
Calagon,
child.
Exactly.
you're being
A child
bad.
should not be making it. I'm gonna hold. As soon as you
I
say it,
literally glare
make
into
sure he
his
does it.
eyes. You're being bad.
I didn't break into a room.
Yeah,
He did.
He's trying to understand. He's a
He
child.
was gonna kill him.
What
All
would
I'm
he-
saying is maybe we should make those decisions for him.
We are trying to civilize a full orc here.
We're trying to civilize
And
an
it's
entire
possible.
nation, and we have a
Yes.
little orc running around trying to kill people by our side.
But what would you do if Barry tried to kill somebody?
Barry would never. And I'm just gonna storm off and get to the outside.
It's hilarious to say that about a dragon.
Literally like the main antagonist of the entire campaign. Just like, nope, he's good.
It's not what you are. It's the environment you're raised in.
Yes. Well, he's young enough to start.
I already
being
stormed
raised.
off.
he left.
You're
Whatever.
talking to nobody right
Now
now.
we
Alright.
capture.
No, stick with us.
Wait, we,
Ask
Wait.
for permission.
we did catch
will
him.
tell you.
He's still with us.
Yes.
He's
We're
not gonna
going to
leave.
go meet him outside. We need some fresh air. That.
And then he say, I'm sorry.
Then he says, I'm sorry. We'll talk to him. Don't worry. Sound good?
Nods. And like perks up, ready to go with you guys.
Just follow along.
Okay.
As we're walking, I'm just gonna like kneel down to his level and say, and for the record, good job. And tap him on the shoulder.
Oh my gosh, we're creating a monster here.
You guys head down the stairs and out towards the main lobby where you can see Ira is talking to Rowan off in the corner
Oh,
now.
no. I would like to completely avoid him.
Same corner as before. And you can definitely see the death glare as he just ignores his sister's words immediately upon seeing you,
Just keep walking.
staring you down.
Rodrick.
I'm just gonna like
continue.
awkwardly like look at him and keep my eyes straight and just like.
You can hear his voice start to pipe up a little bit more. Oh, I've just really been dragging them all in, haven't I? I mean, like, try and blame me for some unusual things, but here they are, just dragging in just rats and rodents and unusual happenings they've got. Whatever those ugly things were that came in earlier. But, and it starts to fade, that's all you catch.
Just continue, Rodrick.
I hate this guy. All right. Did we find a private place?
You guys just walk just outside of the guild hall, and it's pretty late now, where there isn't a lot of just, regular hustle and bustle of the daily life yet, and it's pretty low lit. There are just a few, kind of torches pressed into the ground and around the guild hall itself,
Okay.
but otherwise it's pretty quiet out here.
Okay. Do we find Calagon?
I'm outside playing with Barry,
Okay.
but discreetly, because I don't know how the people are gonna take the dragon being in my pocket. So that I was gonna say, I kind of try to find a little area where he can stretch his wings out, and I'm talking
Okay.
to him.
I'd like to have a word with you guys. So, while I do think, Arlyn, especially you, that there is room for a leader in a place of combat, I don't think that you have much control in a world of politics.
What he's trying to say is
What are you trying to say here?
I'm trying to say it's a game that's meant to be played, and by golly, you failed.
It is called honesty.
I was trying to be honest about the people we knew. I wasn't going to tell him about Calagon Dör and our powers.
But how are we supposed to unite the nations
In a
if we
world-
don't tell people?
Yes, but in a world where everybody hates dragons, why would you reveal that we were in cahoots with a dragon?
We've only known this guy for
was a
2
different
minutes.
dragon.
We don't know if he's good or bad yet.
We still don't know what endeavor Arryn has sent us on. I just come here to say we can meet as a team, discuss things beforehand, how we plan on doing them, and let one of us talk for the team. When we don't come to an agreement, what happened in there happens. And I don't know if you felt what was in that room, but it was not all friendly.
I'm worried that he is going to have conversations about what we spoke to him about with other people. And maybe we might get a rude awakening midnight or midway through the night. I don't know if I can rest easy here after giving him all that information, not knowing where his allegiance lies.
In putting myself in his shoes, it seems like we're traitors. We've sided with a dragon, and we have come to arm the bastions in the name of a dragon. Does that not seem like traitors to our land?
On the other hand,
Then what do we tell people when we try to unite them?
we have to vet them first and make sure that they are on our side, and if they're
Don't
not,
we all need to stand together against this threat?
not all of us, not everybody will be enthused. Maybe some people won't believe us and think we're crazy.
Once we prove ourselves to each of the kingdoms, then and only then will they listen to us and what we have to say. But we can't arrive as strangers. And the first thing we do is tell them that we were the last people that encountered their missing guildmates. And then tell them that we come in the name of a dragon, bringing about stories that, like he said, would lead to fear and panic amongst the people, then revolting against us. It's a game that is meant to be played, Arlyn. This is not like combat. We don't go in swinging.
I have to agree with Rodrick on this one. What do you think, Cleave?
I'm like already kneeled down next to
Rumgar?
Rumgar. I'm just like, you see, they're telling him he's bad, and so next he's gonna have to say he's sorry. See, that's how it works. We caught him.
There's no use, Cleave. What do you think about this? What do you think?
I'm with whatever Calagon said.
Ugh.
I wasn't listening.
He
I'm sorry.
didn't even listen to the
I
conversation.
I caught. Okay, wait. Catching myself up. I know that we don't know who to trust, and I don't necessarily
We know
nothing
about Ymann. All we know about him now is his connection to people that have an army that can go against what we plan on doing.
Maybe that's why we were sent here. Maybe we were sent to talk to him about this. This
Yes,
was our first objective, right?
Yes, but we don't know that, so if we just start doing things...
You're right. I'm on your side. I'm on your side. I get that.
I just don't plan on dying.
You know, I suppose you guys are right. Maybe there's a reason why you are meant to be the voice, or something that Calagon Dör said.
I'm gonna perk up and put my chest out.
As
Stay
much as
Anyways.
I hate to say it, yeah.
Anyways,
For tonight.
maybe I said too much.
Yeah.
I apologize for that. But I don't feel comfortable with us staying here tonight.
I agree. There is absolutely no way that room is not bugged.
But if he does come around and maybe wants to help us, we have to be there in the morning. Maybe we should just treat it as have somebody be on watch throughout the night, even though we would be cornered in a room if something were to happen.
I think we
Cornered
move...
is good times.
I think perhaps we move both of the 2 beds in the left wing to the right wing, and we all shack up together in the same room.
And then Rumgar can be in the room by himself.
No.
Why?
Definitely not by himself.
Bad.
Calagon, you're being bad. Can I talk to you for a second? It's my turn to do the talking around here.
Gosh. It's like I'm 12 again.
I pull him off to the side a little bit. I say, listen, he's an orc. He's going to do bad things, yes.
We're not here to do bad things.
But if we try and teach him not to, we all have to teach him what it means to accept responsibility and just apologize.
Haven't you been with him the past?
Yes.
He doesn't take any information in. He just goes back to his orc ways.
I mean, yes.
And
But
he
it's
might get us in
It's
trouble,
been
or worse,
one
dead.
day.
And a lot has happened in one day,
I
hasn't
know.
it?
Yes, I know. Yes.
But I just want to out of character jog some memories really fast. He takes in everything. He's been taking everything we've been saying.
He has.
But has he changed at all? He's the
everything,
same-
anything we say, he pretty much applies to his life.
I think he just has like
He
this
right
like
But it's alright,
obscured
alright.
vision against
I'm just-
Rumgar
no, I'm
because he
just
tried
trying
to kill him.
I guess.
But anyways, listen. He will learn. He will learn. But we all have to teach him as a team. If you keep pushing him to the side, he will always view you as bad. I don't
Arlyn-
have to agree with him.
Arlyn, I got one question. When Arendor sent us, he wanted 4 champions.
Yes.
Do you really see Rumgar following us throughout this entire journey?
No, of course not. But
Then-
we need to find a place
Then the
for
closer
him.
he becomes to us, the harder it will be to let him go.
He does make a point.
And
Hey,
if he joins
when
us,
did you get around here?
he's just over your shoulder.
Oh, you scared me. It's like over my
I'm
shoulder.
standing behind you, and I'm still with my chest out like this, feeling uber confident from the conversation we had.
He's
Like,
Rodrick. He's got no powers. If he joins us far enough along, it's almost imminent death for him. I don't want to do that as much as I don't like him.
But we also can't just release him into the wild. So we have to find a way to keep him safe.
Well, perhaps
and
this
to
is a good place
him.
for him.
This might be the best place for him. They need things done. He
I
does
guess
what
it's
we
just me,
tell him.
Rumgar, and the other.
I guess so.
That could be an option.
I don't think Cleave will be very happy about that.
Well, we've spoken to him.
If I know Cleave, he'll be fine as long as he finds a happy place to live the rest of his life. We just have to convince
Well,
him that
leave
it's the right place.
conversation to you. You guys
Did-
have history.
When we walked into this town, did we notice any people with orc-like features?
Not so far, no.
No.
Hasn't been a lot of people out though, right?
Yeah.
It's been middle of the night.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
much has been seen thus far.
Okay, Arlyn, I will apologize to him.
Even if you don't mean it, pretend, please.
I will mean it,
Okay.
because I do want well for him. I've just been skeptical since the beginning whether he should be a part of this party. and
listen, by no means do I think he is the 5th horseman. But I do think it is worth for us to treat him well.
Okay, but the first sign of a good living for him, we have to
well.
try to convince him.
I'm all for that. Unfortunately, I don't know if we will be able to reach Cleave's family, but he definitely needs a good place that is safe to live. Can't be on his own. He
Okay.
definitely can't be with us, but he can't be on his own.
Okay. I'll talk to him.
It's our first duty.
All right. I'm going to walk over.
Cleave's just sitting, or Rumgar's just patting Cleave.
You come to say sorry.
Chest out, waiting.
I stand upright too.
All right.
I don't know what to expect.
Sorry about that, Rumgar. We had to have little conversation.
Good.
I just wanted to.
And then you say it's okay.
I just wanted to say
It's okay.
that. I'm sorry.
Good. Good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
See? It's all better now.
Okay.
We're friends.
Yes.
Rumgar, you're learning, my friend.
Yes. Learning is good.
Yes, very good.
Is there anybody else that you'd like to? I don't know, just let out your grievances before we sleep in the same room together.
Is there anyone you need to say sorry to? For any reason?
Rumgar is not bad.
Well, some would say.
Do you,
Never mind.
Do you think
Calagon.
you were bad for anything? Were you bad to anyone? No? Okay.
Just
Rumgar,
grabbing
did
at my
you-
tail, like just awkwardly.
Did you try to kill anybody that did not try to kill you first?
Rumgar has yes.
Who?
Ramgar.
You
Who'd you-
must
who'd
say,
you
that's
try
part
to
of
kill?
being good, is being able to confess.
I said sorry. You should be able to say sorry, Rumgar.
Bad audience man.
Yes.
Oh, Rowan, no. Do we really have
that's
to
a good
apologize
start.
to him?
No, you don't have to apologize to Rowan.
Well, that's sending mixed
Yeah,
signals.
I think you-
Yes. You're all
do
sending
not-
I think we do have to
They
apologize
do not have
to
to
Rowan.
apologize to Rowan.
Oh, I think we do.
Absolutely not.
I
Oh.
think we all
will
should
figure that one
apologize
out
to
when we
Rowan.
talk.
I think Cleave can
When
take
we
Rumgar
catch
on
him
his
in the
own to
morning.
apologize to Rowan.
We'll catch him in the morning and we will ask him.
Yes.
Yes.
High five,
We'll ask
Rumgar.
And then let go or kill.
I'm gonna wipe my hand on my robe.
Let's go.
Yep, we'll find out. Let go or kill.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go
Yes.
find a place to sleep for the night.
Um,
What do you guys say?
I still feel like if
I think
Or
He just kind of
yes,
looks
I
around and
suppose
points to the
we
nearest
can do
house.
the plan and shack up in the same room. I do think it would be very suspicious for us not to be there in the morning.
correct. I feel like they already view us as suspicious. I had a feeling that the people he was going to go talk to, it was not going to be the raving conversation that we were expecting. So, yes, somebody keeps watch, and we shack up in the same room, and we stay ready. We're powerful now.
Yes. Sure.
Cleave, you can blow air. Anybody walks through those doors, you just blow those doors shut.
That's it.
Calagon, anybody walks through those doors, you set the place ablaze. The entire thing. On fire. Us too. It'll be okay.
Please.
don't know if
Don't
I'm gonna
do
use
that.
fire,
I don't think you use
but
fire.
I could use my breath weapon.
That's okay, so you bust the doors open too. Arlyn, anybody?
You shut them closed. You bust them open.
Confuse them to death.
And
Arlyn,
me.
you walk into the room, you take out your sword.
And I'll do this. And I try and like bolster a bit of the lightning that I had in the beginning.
You do see some light start to glow through it for a moment.
And I do this.
Oh, well, you work on that.
Yeah, it'll happen when we
And
need
if
it.
somebody busts through those doors,
It happens to everybody.
I will talk. Because that is what I do best.
Okay.
I agree.
And Rumgar,
Rumgar can do all.
you do all. You embody the powers of us all.
Mm-hmm.
You are our muse.
We do this for your safety.
Just kind of nods
My mouth's open
knowingly.
and I'm just staring at you guys like,
Do we not?
We technically do, Calagon.
For
I already said I'm
everyone's
sorry,
safety.
guys. You really want me to go this far?
It's the truth.
Just whatever they say.
Okay.
Rumgar.
All right.
All right. I'll lead the way.
As Rodrick leads the way back, I want to
I
kind of...
literally am like,
I want to kind of like nestle back between Cleave and Arlyn and whisper to where Roger can't hear. Listen, when we go back inside, if that Rowan guy is there, I think we need to build up Roderick's confidence a little bit. I think we should reminisce about the great scene back at the castle and just talk loudly and be joyful about it. And it should get Rowan's attention and probably build up his confidence a little bit more. What do you guys say?
I think it's a swell idea.
I think it's.
Or it might, increase the competition and a little bit of confrontation, but we'll only know if we try.
I just mean well. I just want him to stop feeling awkward, especially
Yes,
around Rowan.
I think it's refreshing to
Rowan.
once again hear one of those golden ideas from my friend Calagon that I can't say no to. I don't know what you said to him back there, Arlyn, but I was worried for a while there.
For
Thank
me?
We'll talk. We'll talk on our own too.
Okay.
You guys head in, and Rowan is not there. Instead, you see on a bench beside the fire is Ira, the sister, and she just you'd think like warming up, but she seems to have her head down, and her hand, one of her hands, just kind of like over her head, just kind of like brushing through her hair as she just stares down into the fire.
I'm tired, but we got to figure out what this is about. I'm gonna not nudge Arlyn and
I can't walk away. When I approach her, I say, hello, what was your name again?
My name is Aisha.
Hmm.
And what was yours?
My name was Arlyn. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Thank you, Arlyn.
Are you sure? Not as cheery as you were a few minutes ago.
It's fine. I've just concentrating. That's all. You can see her head still down a little bit.
Well, whatever you need, you can count on us if you need someone to talk to.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. All should be well. Thank you.
No problem. We will be in our quarters.
Have a good night then. Enjoy
Good
your
night.
privacy.
Thank you. And I leave.
You guys just head up. Fantastic. Other than the dull, almost crack-like glow going across from like the tip of the floor up the entire wall and kind of wrapping around the ceiling down, just touching the end of the other wall. Both seem to be mirrored and very similar in that same design, that pattern of sorts. There seem to be pretty much nothing other than one of the rooms has a window that you can see kind of that main overhead area from like over top the lobby, while the other doesn't have any windows at all. Beyond that, simple fixins, just 2 beds. They've got like you can see like minorly ornate aspects to them of like some sort of like gilded gold embellishments here and there, but otherwise you can tell that this whole place is still under construction, and there's really nothing to the rooms other than beds and little like wardrobes.
Can we drag the beds to one room?
I say.
how
I
heavy
say
are the
we-
beds themselves?
Getting 2 of you guys to do so, it's a breeze. They're fairly
Okay.
small overall.
I say we sleep in the windowed room.
100%. Yes.
So we drag the beds over to one room.
It's a little bit tighter fit
on.
now, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy, and as you guys start to pack in, you watch as Rumgar slowly just kind of pulls his armor, and as he goes to remove it, puts it back on, and just kind of holds his sword as he just kind of looks on at the rest of you. Rumgar, watch?
No, Rumgar can sleep. Who's gonna
Okay.
take first watch?
Well, I think you two already did one, really, and thank you because you've spotted the band that was chasing us. So I'll come up next.
Oh, thank goodness! And I'm gonna plop on
Yeah.
the bed.
I'm also going to start. Well, I'm not going to argue against that. I start taking my armor off.
Rumgar will help. And he just kind of goes over and like sits, like just slides his back down the wall beside the door. You can tell that this little guy has been huffing and puffing, just trying to hide it to the best of his ability. That he's been trying to catch up with you full-grown beings and just trucking it in this heavy armor with this big old paddle now. And he was otherwise wearing just a tunicky garb before, so he just still.
Well, you can go ahead and sit down next to me, but once you feel that you haven't heard any noise for a few minutes, go ahead and lay back down, and I'll get you later on.
Are you gonna stand watch like within the room? Or are you just gonna sit out? Are you gonna patrol?
I'll probably kind of come in and out, like just basically the doorway, like a cat's dream. Just like watching at the door and then like coming back in and just watching my guys.
Nice. Is there anything else that anyone would like to do before going to bed?
I am out.
Just knocking straight out, huh?
Yes.
What about you?
I'm going to take out my notebook and I will write some stuff in it.
Nice. Okay. Very cool. So you sit there writing for the night. You watch as every couple of minutes, Cleave just kind of vanishes, does a little check. He'll occasionally come back, patrol, check the window, walk back, and every time you see Rumgar start to kind of nod off, he is clearly trying to stay awake, just watching with Cleave every time he passes by. And eventually you watch as Rumgar starts to fade away and just knocks out, just kind of head pressed against like the frame of the door, completely asleep. And with that, you guys finally get to take a proper long rest.
Wow.
That's actually wild.
The
Day one is
first
over.
Episode 7.
That's
The
crazy.
first
Wow.
Rest.
That's wild.
True adventurers right there. That's
Wow.
that adventuring life. That's tough stuff.
I've never suffered like this in
Right?
D&D.
So good.
I've never suffered like this.
Oh man.
Wow.
All right.
I love the sort of like war of attrition that early levels are. You're just like rationing all your little.
Oh my.
I say,
Yeah.
especially when you don't have a place to actually rest your head this
Yeah,
whole time.
yeah.
You guys are just like wandering throughout like random like caravanserai type like just desert hideouts and just woods and caves and like just random places at this point. So to actually have a bed, nice change of pace, you know?
Amazing.
Pretty
Yep.
good. All right, well.
Amazing.
We will get to see what all that entails next week as far as whether or not they get to, in fact, capture Rowan, if they do decide to speak with the ambassador, if they are properly rested even come daybreak.
Too
But-
late. I already hit the button.
Nice.
Too late.
Same.
That,
I hit it.
we love you
I
guys.
hit
Have a great night, as always. God bless.
Thank you guys.
See you
you
next
guys.
week.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Manny Gomez, and I play Arlyn Dursalai here on Divine Inspiration's campaign, The Four Horsemen. I had a quick word for you guys before you go. Life often takes us through seasons of uncertainty. We may face challenges that seem too big to handle, or decisions that leave us unsure of what's next. It's in these moments that our faith is truly tested. But as Christians, we have a promise that gives us strength in all of these times, that God is always with us, guiding and providing. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. That's a promise. When we rely solely on our own understanding, we can become overwhelmed by the weight of our circumstances. But when we trust in God, even when we don't see the full picture, he promises to lead us and straighten our path. Our responsibility is just to lean on him, to surrender our worries and trust that his ways are higher than ours. Isaiah 41:10 further encourages us, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." God's presence is constant, even when we feel alone or unsure. He not only guides, but strengthens us to endure whatever comes our way. Today, whether you're facing big decisions or challenges that seem beyond your control, know that God is already ahead of you, working in your favor. And all we need to do is trust him and follow where he leads. Now, take a moment to reflect on how you can trust God a little bit more than usual today. Release your fears and place your hope in his unfailing promises, because I promise that he will not let you down. And that is this week's Divine Inspiration. See you guys next week.